Hi everyone, I'm Raewyn and I live in New Zealand, and this is my album that I've made for Junk Journal January. I've been posting the pages on Instagram. Haven't got around to making a video until now, so I'm just going to flick through quickly and show you the album. My front of my album is actually made from the cut off flaps from some envelopes that were just lying around, so I figured out something I could do with them. I'd been practicing this little saying, Araha mai, araha atu, which means love received, love given. So we receive love, we give it back. And I had lots of it where I've been practicing it for another piece of art, so I keep on using them on everything. So put the prompts here and a little picture of the people who are contributing each day. And my word that I've put for the year is nurture, because in 3 months' time I'm going to become a grandparent for the first time, and I'm travelling from New Zealand all the way to Iceland. There is a shape there that's meant to be Iceland, but it's a bit vague, so we won't worry about that. So I decided that could be my word. And the next, so that actually was the resolution prompt. Don't think I'll have to be forced into nurturing my little grandbaby. So the second prompt was starry. So again, I've used a te reo saying which says whae te iti kaharangi, and it's the first part of a saying that says aim for the highest cloud so that if you miss it, you'll hit a lofty mountain, which is a saying that appears in quite a few cultures in different ways. So I've used some texture paste and through a star stencil and some shimmery paints. Next page was stained, so I used, gosh, it was only a few days ago, I already can't remember. I can't remember what I used, something to make some bright colours, and then I did some embossing on another piece of paper which I cut out into some shapes. Some of them are jigsaw-y shapes, just a colourful saying, live life in colour. And then the next one was a decorated tag. So that's my tag, which just slots in a little pocket. The background is actually just the background of the magazine page that I used, with a few border pieces of some washi, some sticker paper that I made. Okay, next one. They sort of go together. We have routine and stitched. Some of the words came from headings in a book, and others I've written myself. Does not always, crossed out, ever have routines. I guess I do have some, but I'm not a very organised person, so I guess that's what I was thinking about. Sort of on the next page though, my stitch page, no expectations, no excuses, nobody's perfect, so I'm not going to worry about it, I'm not going to get stressed out, just going to do what I do and enjoy it. Okay, the next one includes shimmer and blossom. So the photos, if you can see them very well, they're actually photos that I took myself of some apple blossom, and this bee actually was on the blossom. I put some very shimmery paint into the background. Now that's not paint, that was this here, Pearl-X powders mixed in with some glossy medium to make them permanent. And then I've put some Mod Podge Dimensional Magic on top of the bees. And that one didn't turn out so well, but this one you can actually see it's quite kind of raised and a bit shimmery. And the saying is, let blossoms fall like blessings all around you. So I quite like that one. Now the next one, I tried to do a reel on Instagram. I'm obviously not very good at these things. I hadn't done one before, and I spent ages and ages trying to figure it out. it didn't want to upload, so I gave up and just did a selection of photos. But I've got hidden and I've got intricate combined. This page has got a stencil that I did with 2 different colour stamps, and then I did some embossing powder on the top of it, bit of stamping, flower. This is the hidden and intricate bit, really. Sort of, I guess I thought it was unnecessarily intricate for what it is, so decided to be calm to start with. Live a simple life. So we've got the first flap, the second little flap that's an envelope that then opens up to another envelope, which then has another little pocket in it, which then has the "Don't hide your greatness" little saying in there. So I guess the idea was it could have just been in the first pocket, but we just made it unnecessarily intricate. Okay, so this is now my next page, and I'm going to combine pocket and throwback. So I have this pocket that I've made quite some time ago. This is my version of a glassine pocket, which is actually made from the packaging for the cereal packet, which I've sewn, and it's got a layer of paper napkin on top of it, which sort of sticks but not exactly well. I've done some stitching, so that's going to go on this side. And my throwback, well, I went to one of my very first journals, and probably the first big journal that I ever finished, and this was one of the first pages in it, so I've printed it out. It was an A4 journal, so I've printed it out smaller. It says fly free. The actual journal happens to have some old-fashioned sort of images on it, and I thought it was a throwback because it was something I did probably 2016. I think I started that journal, so that's going to go on there. So just to layer some things up, I have this piece of sticker paper. So this is some transparent sticker paper that I've got that I have printed, been able to put through a laser printer, but the edges that I kept getting left, I've used them and just done some stamping on them so that they didn't get wasted. So I was going to use washi, and then I thought, no, I'll use that. So that's just going to go there. You can see I've just made this concertina journal from old magazines. I'm not even going to bother covering that side. Now this can be a little bit tricky to stick down sometimes, so I thought I would do a couple of different ways of sticking it. I'm going to put, maybe I should have let the glue go on that stitching, because it might, no, I don't think I'll get it off now. No, I'll leave that one. So I'm going to put some double-sided tape, and then I'm going to use some art glitter glue, and I will put it where that stitching is on these ones, because it will probably grab that a bit better, but I'll put some in between. I'm not sure that that's going to take, but if it doesn't, I'll just have to figure something else out later. Okay. Actually, just thinking, I think there's something else I need to stick down before I stick this on, so I'll just take that off and put it over at the side. Yeah, that one doesn't want to come off. Okay, I'll just put that one over there. I think I was going to put this piece of paper in the middle here. Just some coffee dyed paper, that sort of scrappy bits that go a bit wrong. Again, I save them, and I'll show you in a second where some other pieces have been used. I'll just glue this here and put that in the middle of the page. Put that way a little bit. go on top here now. And hopefully that will grab. Right, so on this side I know that with that I'm going to have a little bit of an edge, so I've got a couple of things here ready to stick on there, but I might just get rid of the white around the edge of this first. I could have cut it off, but I thought I'd grunge it up a little bit. Okay, so that will fit about there. Just going to put this bit of book page underneath there. I've got another bit of sticker paper. This time it's a paper one. I'm just going to pop up there. Might just pop it there and take that bit off. Bit of glue under here. I try and use just some tacky glue where I can. The art glitter glue is good and holds quite fast with lots of different things, but obviously it's a bit more expensive, so I sort of move between the two. Both of what I have dispensed into these little needle nose bottles. So it's going to fit about there. Got one little space there that we could leave. I think I was going to put this bit of washi there. Okay. Use some glue stick to stop it going quite so wrinkly, but a little bit of liquid glue around the edges just to get those corners stuck down. Quite like printing out and reusing previous pieces of art, give it a new lease of life. And even though it's a printed page, I know it's my own printed page and I quite like doing that. Oh no, I did have this bit of lace. Oh yeah, might stick that there. This is me doing some clearing out today and trying to organise some of my papers. And this was just in the midst of all the mess, so it hasn't been put away in the correct place yet. I'll use it for this. Breaks up that middle plain bit as well as giving a bit of an older feel to that side. Okay, so we've already got our saying there. Can't see it terribly well, but maybe I could just outline it a little bit. Wait for that to dry, put a bit of white in it as well. Okay, so then I just need something to go in this pocket. So what I've got some photos that I took from my mum's albums a little while ago. So again, I thought, you know, people pay for other people to make collections for them of lost relatives and or found relatives, whoever they are, and they're nobody you've ever known. So I thought, why not use some people that actually are related to me. So I've had some of them printed out. I've selected 3 of them to go into this little pocket. First 2 I've already got ready. The last one I'm just going to glue some paper on the back. And I've rounded the corners of the photos as well. So I'll just pop that on there. And then just to make it look a bit older, oops, I'm never very good at grunging up edges, but I don't think it matters. Just bring it out into the middle a bit just to stop it being quite so white. Right, so these photos, so this one is actually, I believe, my uncle. That will have been in the 1920s. I think it's the cutest picture ever. This little boy on his big tricycle. This one is my grandmother, and that I do believe is at my parents' wedding. We all said that in later life she actually started looking younger when she wore brighter clothes. She looked older then than she did when she died at 80, I think. And this is my parents when they were on their honeymoon, so that would have been 1947. So I thought they were pretty cute photos to put in to my little pocket. And again, that goes with the throwback prompt. So there we go. That's my pages. So the spots are a bit glary, but never mind. And that's 2 more prompts. So I've got myself ahead, I think. That's number 12, and of course it actually is the evening of the 11th where I am right now. So I'm a day ahead, probably 2 days ahead for some people. So thanks for watching, and I'll try and get some more videos done as I go through the month. Bye for now.